y'all, this is Big G from G Riders and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out this 2015 Mitsubishi EVO. Inside of the Mitsubishi EVO. So this car has been around for a while now. This is a 2015 model, but this body style has been around since like what, 2008 or so? 2008. So it's nothing really new, but unfortunately for this one, this was the last model year for the EVO. So the EVO is apparently dead for good. There's been speculation that there's going to be one coming later on, but I'm not sure if Mitsubishi kind of have the funding to do that again. I know that the EVO was like one of their #1 sellers, but they're trying to still become like a mainstream brand that people are buying from regularly. So they're trying to focus on that right now. They are trying to revamp their line so they can get more people in the door buying Mitsubishis. Because I mean, Mitsubishis aren't bad. It's just they're not up to the quality that the rest of the market is. If that makes any sense. If you've driven a Mitsubishi, you kind of know that. And they try to price themselves with the rest of the competition. So this is the EVO 10. So this one is the base model basically. So this one doesn't really have any options to it, and all you get is the the EVO all-wheel drive and that turbocharged 4-cylinder. So this one from the factory came with about 290 horsepower and about 300 foot-pounds of torque. But this car has a couple small modifications, like an exhaust and an intake on it, and an updated clutch. And so kind of with all those things, it kind of brings it to like 300 a little over 300 horsepower. So just sitting here, just riding along for now before I hop over to the driver's side. I kind of want to see what EVOs are about, because me personally, I haven't always been the big EVO fan. So when I got an opportunity to get in one of these, I definitely took the chance. Honestly, I like it. I do kind of see the appeal of it. Like the turbo lags, but that's a part of the charm of a fast Japanese sports sedan like this. They have some turbo lag because people are kind of hooked to like their old type of technology and the raw feeling of the vehicle. And I definitely can see that, because I mean, that's something I like too. But only thing for me personally, and I know a lot of people who know EVOs, is the simple fact that the interior is shitty in here. And for how much these things costed new, there were a lot of other better options on the market. Like in 2015, that's when the Mark 7 Golf R came out, and the Focus RS came out last year. So both of those cars have slightly better. The Golf R has the best interior of all these vehicles, and the Focus RS is marginally better. I would say that because it's just a Focus interior. But for the most part, I do like the car, and here in a little bit I'm gonna swap over and see how this thing drives for myself. All right, let's take a look at the inside of the car. All right, so here in the inside of the EVO, it's pretty damn cheap. I mean, at this point, I'm beating a dead horse, but it's pretty freaking cheap. The dash is pretty cheap. It feels all cheap up here, but I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, because that's not what the EVO is about. The EVO is a performance car, and for a performance car, the interior here is functional. This is a 2015, so it comes with this little screen with the Bluetooth and USB ports and things like that, and then the steering wheel feels actually really nice. I think that's one of my favorite things about the EVO interior design is the steering wheel. I love this cool 3-spoke design. It does seem like it's a little bit different than the regular Mitsubishi Lancer. The shifter on this car feels really nice. Like, this is a stock shifter, but it has a nice feel to it, some decent weight. And then also, like, The e-brake feels really nice. I mean, it's a Lancer, so gotta have a cool feeling e-brake. But overall, the interior is cheap, but who the fuck cares? It's an Evo. Alright, so here in the backseat of the Evo, it's pretty decent. Like, there's a decent amount of space back here, and it maintains the same interior quality as the front seat. So, you know, it's kind of shitty, but oh well. Again, like I said, it's an Evo. Here's a chunk of this Evo, and this is freaking tiny. Like, you could fit maybe a carry-on bag in here at best. Well, I think they do it because it looks like they have like your fluid reservoir back here, and then also your battery. And also the floor is higher because there's a rear diff on this car. But it's still just it's kind of pathetic, honestly. Like, I know the Evo is a performance car, but at least have some practicality. Because I mean, like this right here, you might as well have a coupe with this type of trunk space. But who cares? It's an Evo. Know how to do it. It just takes me a minute to get it going, like most people who don't drive stick and try to hop in a stick car. But first thing I noticed is how this thing feels like it handles on rails. Like, we're just going around a couple corners here, and mind you, this car is still like on all-season tires, and it just grips and goes. Like, there's not a lot of cars I've driven so far that's like this. Like, this car's handling is very, very confidence inspiring. Like, it makes me feel like I can go harder, but it's not my car, so I'm not going to. I'm not trying to put this bitch in a hedge, you know. I'm not trying to do that. But for the most part, like, I'm going around this corner at decent speed. Like, here's a bump. See how it doesn't really, the bumps don't really disorient the handle around the corner. Like, and then when you come out the corner, you get that nice turbo noise. And then you just keep going. This is pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas here. Yeah, so overall, I kind of like how the Evo drives. Like, that turbo noise is intoxicating. I see why most people who drive these type of cars love to hear that turbo noise. Like, I'm a big turbo fan myself. My next car has to be turbo, but I kind of see why people get intoxicated by this sound, because, like, I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it. That's it. Like, I don't necessarily want to hit boost. I just want to hear the turbo. That's all I want to hear. So this is my friend Christian's car. So Christian, how do you like driving this car?
Every time I get in it, it's just a blast. Besides the car payment every month, it's totally worth it. Every time I sit down. Yeah. The insurance, the car payment's a little much, and the gas, it guzzles. But
fuck, it's an Evo.
It's an Evo. I didn't drive it to have good fuel efficiency. I bought it for the fun of the drive. So I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and honestly, from driving it just a short time, yes, I'm getting used to the manual, but I see why you love it, because this car is a lot of fun to drive. Like, I'm not really pushing it. Like I said, it's not my car, so I'm not going to do that. But it's actually pretty comfortable. Like, I know if we had the sport seats in this car, I'll be a little on the uncomfortable side. I mean, you guys know I'm a big man. You know, like, sport seats and big dudes do not mix. We'll be squished up in there like that. And I honestly like the comfort seats. Honestly, my opinion, I want to go after this, I want to try a dual clutch Evo, because I want to see the difference in the power delivery and the way the transmission shifts. Because the dual clutch Evo will probably be the one that I'll most likely buy, because traffic is shitty. I mean, he can attest to it here in Portland. Fucking the leg be going numb and shit on the drive to work, or if you got to go anywhere during rush hour, you're just like pissed because you got to ride that clutch and, you know, don't want to burn that thing out. I mean, you just replaced it, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just replaced it from sitting in traffic one day and felt it slipping, and
you're like, yikes.
I knew that. I mean, that's one of the downsides with the Evos is they have a weak clutch, and normally they're replaced. That's normally the first thing replaced in the vehicle, and I was surprised it actually made it to 36,000 miles before having to replace it, because I've been hearing that most people replace it around the 25,000 mark. So.
Oh yeah. But it's a wear and tear item. Yeah. One thing that I want to compliment this car is the ride. So for having the really dirty handling, like we're going over a bunch of broken pavement. I'll kick up to the other camera now so you can kind of see what we're going over right now. And you know what? The suspension is not, the suspension is not bad at all. It's not any worse than any other like kind of sportier car I've driven. Like I drove the Camaro SS recently, and that thing was absolutely brutal over bumps. But the Camaro is kind of a track car now. But like even this is really good. Like I can see how somebody could imagine daily in this car, because like this pavement is real jacked up, and I mean you see me moving around a little bit, and that's all that's happening here. Like my back's not hurting. Like I don't feel like I'm dizzy and shit from going up and down on the bumps.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a violent bump either.
Right.
On the suspension.
It's not jarring at all.
Yeah.
So like that's one thing that I really like. And we're gonna go to some gravel. I want to see what it's like in gravel. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
All right.
Got my mud flaps on. Save the paint.
Honestly, guys, I like this Evo a lot, and I see why people are drawn to these things. The ride is pretty comfortable. It's pretty fast. It handles pretty great. I know most people like throw coilovers on something, get it a little bit lower, to have more fun with it. But as this car is relatively stock compared to most Evos, and this is a great car out of the box. I see why everybody bought them, and I see why everybody's so upset about Mitsubishi deciding to get rid of it. If you liked the video, hit me with a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.